Hello, and welcome to Crosshair's Indoor Shooting Range in Fort Ashby, West Virginia. Today, we'll be discussing policies we have in place to ensure that our guests have an enjoyable and safe time at the range. First, we'll cover the 4 rules of gun safety. Rule 1. Treat every firearm like it's loaded. The proper way to verify that the gun is safe and unloaded is to remove the magazine, lock the slide back, then visually and physically inspect the chamber and magazine well for any live ammunition. These steps apply to magazine-fed rifles in addition to semi-automatic pistols. For revolvers, release the cylinder and perform the same inspection. Rule 2. Keep your finger off the trigger until you have safely acquired your target and are ready to shoot. When handling any firearm, keep your trigger finger extended along the side of the frame or receiver until you're completely ready to shoot at your target. Rule 3. Always point your firearm in a safe direction. While on the range, the safe direction for pointing firearms is downrange towards the targets. All personally owned firearms will be inspected and function checked prior to being shot on the range. If you're renting one of our firearms, be sure to ask questions and we'd be happy to show you how to safely handle the gun. And yes, we rent out fully automatic weapons. While in the retail section of our store, firearms should remain holstered, secured in a case, or empty with the action open. For insurance purposes, only ammunition sold by Crosshair staff is authorized to be shot on the range. No reloads, steel core, green tip, or armor-piercing rounds are permitted on our range. Rule 4. Be sure of your target and what's behind it. Our range is equipped with AR-500 steel traps that can handle most pistol and rifle calibers, up to but not including 50 BMG. Our Milo virtual reality laser and live fire range is capable of handling pistol calibers up to .357 Magnum. In addition to the 4 rules of gun safety, we have a full list of our rules posted on our range doors for your reference. Take a chance to read and understand these thoroughly prior to shooting. Before you enter the range, make sure you have donned both your ear and eye protection. Please note the 2-door entry control point that supports our range's state-of-the-art ventilation system. When entering, badge through the first door and wait for it to close completely behind you. Then, badge through the second door. Use the same procedure when exiting the range, although badging is not required. If you are exiting the range, please pay attention to the red light above the door, as it will indicate if someone is entering through the first door. At no time should both doors be held open. Now, let's discuss the range itself. Our range has 6 individual bays with target carriers that extend out to 25 yards. The target carrier and target lights are operated by a control panel on the left-hand side of each bay. Each bay is also equipped with a bench that identifies the firing line. This line extends in both directions, left and right. At no point is anyone other than range staff authorized to cross the firing line for any reason. Instruction can occur at the firing line, as shown here. However, no more than 2 people are authorized at the firing line in a single bay at any given time. As you enter the range and are getting set up in your bay, remember Rule 1 and ensure that you safety check your weapon as you remove it from a holster, case, or range bag. While handling any gun, make sure the muzzle is always pointed safely downrange. Magazines can be loaded on the bench at the firing line or in the ready area. However, firearms must remain on the bench at the firing line. Although you will have a primary range safety officer, or RSO, assigned to the range during your time with us, it's important to understand that every single person on the range is a safety officer. As such, we encourage anyone that sees an unsafe or potentially dangerous situation to do one of two things. At Crosshairs, there are 2 light switches located in the ready area on the back wall that will turn on a red light on the firing line. This indicates a ceasefire. The other way to do this is to shout the command of cease fire.
Cease fire!
Or you see the red lights come on, immediately, but safely, place your weapon down on the bench in front of you and step away from the firing line. At no point during a ceasefire should anyone be at the firing line or handling a firearm. Refrain from loading magazines or messing with ammunition during this time as well. When the RSO has verified that all conditions are met to resume firing, the RSO will turn off the red lights and shout the command, "Range is hot."
Range is hot.
As you're getting ready to head onto the range, remember the 4 safety rules. Treat every gun like it's loaded. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Always point your muzzle in a safe direction, and be sure of your target and what's behind it. And now, a message from our owner, Miss Betsy Delozier.
Hi everybody, I'm Betsy Delozier, owner here at Crosshairs Indoor Shooting Range. I want to personally thank you for choosing our facility today. I'm confident that whether you're a first-time shooter or a seasoned veteran, that you will find this range able to fit your every need. From NRA classes to gun sales, custom AR builds, and everything in between, we want this to be your one-stop shop. Have fun, be safe, and remember, look to the cross at Crosshairs Indoor Shooting Range.